What does it take to break barriers in a nation where women's cricket was once considered impossible? What drives a young girl from Khulna to become the face of Bangladesh women's cricket? This is the untold story of Jahanara Alam, a journey of courage, controversy, and cricket. Stay with us as we uncover the triumphs, the struggles, and the shocking revelations that have rocked Bangladesh cricket in 2025. Jahanara Alam, breaking barriers, breaking records. Bangladesh Women Cricket, Jahanara Alam Biography, Women's Cricket History, Asia Cup 2018, Cricket Controversies. Our story begins in Khulna, Bangladesh, April 1, 1993. Born into a modest family, Jahanara Alam wasn't destined to become a cricket superstar. In fact, she didn't even know the rules of cricket when she first picked up a ball. Picture this. A young girl in 6th standard traveling 40 to 50 minutes by rickshaw to Pioneer Girls High School. While other girls wore traditional shalwar kameez, Jahanara stood out, always in sports attire. She was passionate about handball and volleyball, never imagining that cricket would change her life forever. But fate works in mysterious ways. Sheikh Salahuddin, a coach for the Khulna Division men's cricket team, lived opposite her school. He noticed this determined young athlete and saw something special. At that time, Bangladesh was preparing to launch its first ever women's national cricket team. When Jahanara heard this news, something sparked inside her. But there was one problem. She didn't understand cricket at all. Her father gave her one simple instruction. Return home before the evening azan and don't do anything that brings shame to the family. But her grandmother, she became Jahanara's biggest supporter, taking her and from matches, defying social expectations. In her initial cricket trials, Jahanara failed miserably, but her coach saw natural ability that couldn't be taught. After just 1 month of intense practice, she transformed from a complete novice to a fast bowler. And then came the breakthrough. She became the leading wicket taker in a 7-team tournament with 13 wickets. The national camp called her name. But success came with a price. People in her locality questioned her choices, society whispered, critics doubted. Yet Jahanara pressed forward, fueled by a dream bigger than the obstacles before her. March 2008. Jahanara Alam faced a life-changing decision. She had been selected for the Bangladesh national team during Hong Kong's tour, but her exams were scheduled at the same time. She asked her father, "Should I play or do my exams?" His response changed everything. "You may only have one chance to play for your country, but you will have 3 chances to pass your exam." With her father's blessings, Jahanara stepped onto the field for her nation. She played all the 4 matches in that unofficial series and cricket became her destiny. November 26, 2011. Jahanara made her ODI debut against Ireland just 2 days after Bangladesh secured ODI status. At just 18 years old, she was representing her country in the first official international fixture. History was being made. But who inspired this young fast bowler? Interestingly, in her first 2 years, she couldn't follow cricket properly. Then a coach showed her YouTube videos of Brett Lee, the Australian pace legend. The coach told her to study Brett Lee's action to generate more pace and swing. From that moment, Jahanara began studying bowlers from every nation. But her ultimate idol? Bangladesh's own Mashrafi Murtaza, the leader who showed her that cricketers could be national heroes. The years from 2011 to 2017 were about growth, learning and establishing herself. She became known for her medium-pace bowling, her sharp fielding and her never-give-up attitude under pressure. But 2018 would be the year that changed everything. June 10, 2018, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the Women's T20 Asia Cup Final, Bangladesh versus 6-time champions India. Nobody gave Bangladesh a chance. India had dominated the tournament. Bangladesh were massive underdogs. But sports isn't always about statistics. It's about heart, courage and believing in the impossible. The tension was unbearable. India set a challenging target. Bangladesh fought back, but wickets kept falling. And then, as the match entered its final over, Bangladesh needed just 2 runs of the last ball. Jahanara Alam was on strike. The weight of a nation was on her shoulders. 1 ball, 2 runs, history waiting to be written. She connected. The ball raced towards deep mid-wicket. Salma Khatun at the non-strikers and ran for her life. Jahanara dove across the crease. 2 runs. Bangladesh wins. Bangladesh had defeated India to win their maiden Asia Cup title, their first ever major trophy in cricket. Jahanara Alam had hit the winning runs. Scenes of absolute jubilations erupted across Bangladesh. Later, Jahanara would say with her characteristic humility, "Yes, I put bat to ball. Salma literally ran for her life, and it was me who had to dive to seal the win. But those 2 runs wouldn't have been possible without our team's planning and spirit." This victory changed everything for women's cricket in Bangladesh. Parents who once discouraged their daughters from playing cricket now saw possibilities. Young girls had new heroes. Cricket was no longer just a men's game. Each team member received 10,000 Bangladeshi taka as prize money, about 118 US dollars. Not a fortune, but to them it represented something priceless: recognition, respect, and validation. But 2018 wasn't done with Jahanara Alam yet. On June 28th, just weeks after the Asia Cup triumph, she wrote another chapter in Bangladesh cricket history. Playing against Ireland in the ICC Women's World 2020 qualifier, Jahanara became the first ever Bangladesh bowler, male or female, to take a 5-wicket haul in T20 internationals. Her figures: 5 wickets for just 28 runs. The accolades kept coming. In 2018 ICC Women's World 2020 in the West Indies, Jahanara was Bangladesh's joint leading wicket taker with 6 dismissals in 4 matches. The International Cricket Council named her the standout player of the tournament for Bangladesh. In 2016, she had already made history by becoming the first Bangladeshi female cricketer to take a hat-trick in an international T20 match. 1 ball, 2 balls, 3 balls, 3 wickets, hat-trick. By this point, she had captained Bangladesh in the 2016 T20 World Cup. She had become the second highest T20I wicket taker for her country with over 55 wickets. She had represented Bangladesh in more than 135 white ball matches, taking 48 ODI wickets and 60 T20I wickets. She was no longer just a cricketer. She was an icon, a role model, and a symbol of what was possible for women in Bangladesh. In interviews, she spoke about her dreams: playing in the Women's Big Bash League in Australia, becoming a top 10 all-rounder across all formats, and ensuring Bangladesh women's team reached and maintained a top 5 ranking. "I hope what we achieve as individuals will eventually contribute to Bangladesh not having to take the qualifier route every single time," she said. Her vision extended beyond personal glory. She wanted to build a legacy. But behind the trophies and records, there was a darker story, a story of struggles that most fans never saw. October 2024, during the T20 World Cup in the UAE, Jahanara experienced a mental health breakdown. The pressure, the expectations, the constant scrutiny, it all became too much. She took a 2-month break from cricket. What was happening behind closed doors? Jahanara had been facing challenges within the team structure. In 2021, she later revealed, a process began to eliminate senior players like her from the setup. The environment became increasingly difficult. "Actually, I am not alone," she would later say. "Everyone in Bangladesh team is more or less a victim. Everyone's suffering is different." By December 2024, Jahanara had played her last international match against Ireland. She was 31 years old. Despite her years of service, despite her achievements, despite her status as a pioneer, she found herself on the outside looking in. She began attending coaching workshops, learning from mentors like Salahuddin, the same coach who had first spotted her potential decades ago. She spoke about wanting to help the next generation, to ensure they wouldn't face the same struggles. In the Dhaka Premier League, she was still performing brilliantly, taking 13 wickets in just 5 matches with an impressive economy rate. Her skills hadn't diminished, but the door to the national team seemed firmly closed. And then in November 2025, Jahanara Alam broke her silence in ways that shocked the cricket world. In interviews with Bangladesh media and on YouTube channels, she made explosive allegations that sent shockwaves through Bangladesh cricket. First, she accused current captain Nigar Sultana of creating a toxic environment, claiming that junior players were physically assaulted. "Jyoti beats up the juniors a lot. During the World Cup, juniors told me they feared getting slapped. Even during the Dubai tour, I heard a junior was called into a room and slapped." The Bangladesh Cricket Board strongly refuted these allegations, calling them baseless, fabricated, and devoid of any truth.
The BCB stated they found it unfortunate that such derogatory and scandalous claims are being made when the women's team was showing progress. But Jahanara didn't stop there. She made even more serious allegations of sexual harassment against former team officials. She accused former selector and team manager Manjurul Islam of inappropriate behavior during the 2022 Women's World Cup in South Africa. She claimed he made proposals, engaged in unwelcome physical contact, and created an uncomfortable environment for female players. She also alleged that the late Tawheed Mahmood had approached her inappropriately through another BCB employee. Jahanara stated she had previously submitted a written complaint to the BCB, but no action was taken. I faced it several times, not once. When it comes to your bread and butter, when you're known by a few people, you cannot say or protest many things even if you want to. I decided to speak now so future players don't face similar situations. The Bangladesh Cricket Board announced they would conduct a full investigation, with Women's Wing Chairman Abdur Razak stating, "We are treating this matter with utmost seriousness.
This is not about one cricketer. It's about the honor and dignity of women's cricket as a whole." Manjurul Islam, currently in China, denied the allegations, calling them baseless. The BCB formed an internal investigation committee as stated they would involve law enforcement agencies if necessary. Today, Jahanara Alam stands at a crossroads. A former captain, a record breaker, an Asia Cup winner, a pioneer who inspired a generation, and now a whistleblower demanding accountability. Her allegations have divided opinion. Some see her as a courageous voice exposing problems in Bangladesh women's cricket. Others question her timing and motives. The investigations continue. What cannot be disputed is her impact on the game. From a girl who didn't know cricket's rules to becoming the hero who won Bangladesh's their first Asia Cup, from failing miserably in her first trials to taking historic 5-wicket hauls, from societal doubt to national icon. Whatever the truth behind the recent controversies, Jahanara Alam's journey represents something powerful. The courage to dream, the determination to break barriers, and the willingness to speak truth to power. This is Jahanara Alam's story, a story still being written, a story of cricket, courage, and controversy. A story that reminds us that our heroes are human, complex, and often more brave than we realize. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about Jahanara's allegations? Should she return to the national team? Let's discuss.